5 days, 5 capital cities, 1,200 miles in a DAF LF Electric. This is DAF Trucks UK and the EV Rally 2023.
Good morning and welcome to Cardiff for the beginning of the 2023 Green Fleet EV Rally, where we'll be taking our DAF Electric LF across the 5 capitals of the UK and Ireland, starting here in Cardiff, over to London, up to Edinburgh, across to Belfast and finally down to Dublin over 5 days.
It's a great opportunity to showcase our dealer network, our fantastic vehicle here, and it's going to be a real team effort to make sure that we get through all the checkpoints and deliver a fantastic event.
The EV Rally is an event designed to demonstrate the potential and possibilities of electrified transport in the UK and Ireland. This is the first year trucks have taken part in the event, and DAF took the opportunity to showcase their pioneering electric technology in the shape of the DAF LF. To tell us more about the vehicle taking on this epic voyage, here's Amy Carter, EV Operations Manager at DAF Trucks UK.
So we have here our electric LF, which has a 250 kilowatt motor, 282 kilowatt hours of battery energy on board using lithium ferrophosphate batteries and a range of up to 280 kilometres.
With 1,200 miles to cover over the next 5 days, including a mammoth 316-mile leg on day 2, we'd better get started.
It's no mean feat. Finding the charging points is going to be a challenge, but we're up for the challenge, aren't we, team?
Yes!
And this wasn't a challenge DAF were doing alone. With a number of important partnerships making it possible, it was, as the livery on the front of the DAF Electric LF said, collaboration in motion. One of those partners is Innovate UK and the Battery Electric Truck Trial.
I'm Alistair Barnes, I work for Innovate UK. So the BET trial is funded by the Department for Transport, and Innovate UK are working in partnership with them. The whole aim is to try and support the uptake of battery electric heavy goods vehicles.
The EV Rally is well and truly up and running, with the DAF LF stopping off at Bristol, Heathrow, Wembley, Kettering and Leicester on day 1, before reaching its final destination for the day in Nottingham. And so it was on to day 2, with Team DAF aiming to reach Edinburgh as their final stop today, with checkpoints in York, Sunderland, Blyth and the Scottish borders. Throughout the 5 days, DAF took the opportunity to invite customers, press and other industry stakeholders to get behind the wheel of the DAF LF to experience its impressive performance firsthand. Here's what they thought.
I've just completed the first leg of the EV Rally. They're just so simple to drive.
Very smooth, very powerful, lovely vehicle to drive.
It was stress-free, such an easy way to drive through the capital city.
To be honest with you, it's the first time I've driven an electric vehicle, let alone a car, and to say I was impressed is an understatement, I think. The power was the first thing that got me. As soon as I put the foot down, the power was there for me to feel like I could move off safely. And then the regenerative braking was phenomenal. So just coming off the gas and the truck slowing itself down, for me was a real big win.
Back to day 2, and the first stop of the day for the DAF LF was at the YPO depot in Wakefield. DAF called in to meet with Simon Hill, who told us more about YPO's participation in the Battery Electric Truck Trial.
Climate change is very, very important, so we want to become an exemplar and lead the curve really in seeing what's possible with local deliveries. But as the technology improves and we get that data back, obviously we'll spread further and further, and our ambition is to go to a fully electric fleet in the future.
On to York now, and time for a charge. Throughout the 5 days, DAF made use of a variety of charging solutions, both privately and publicly available. One such charger was the Heliox charger used by First Bus, who kindly made their charging infrastructure available at 2 locations throughout the EV Rally. During the York stop, DAF spoke with Will Massey, e-Truck Key Account Manager at Heliox, who told us more about the technology.
This is the Heliox 150 unit, where this is the dispenser unit. It's attached to one of our power cabinets, as you can see there. We do it in 150 or 300 kilowatt variants. We've got these lovely LEDs here, which show you the percentage charge of the vehicle. And we're really proud to be supporting you on this journey.
Well, thank you very much, Will. Next, we're off to Washington for the next stop on the EV Rally 2023.
Gone really well, actually. We've just hit the England-Scottish border. The truck's really nice to drive, very smooth, very quiet. We have the sat-nav on so we know where we're going. Raise the awareness, show people we can travel from one end of the country to the other, show there is an infrastructure that we're building really to get that confidence out in the market that actually the electric truck will be the way forward. I think we've still got half a charge left to get up to Edinburgh, so far so good.
Another key partnership for DAF throughout the EV Rally was with Cenex. Cenex is an independent, not-for-profit research technology organisation and consultancy whose experts work to lower emissions through innovation in transport and energy infrastructure. DAF spoke to them about the importance of the EV Rally, the data it will provide, and how this can be used to further the development of electric transport solutions.
Cenex has been going since 2005, and our role really is to support businesses, to support communities, to support local government and national government in how best to implement clean, green transport programmes.
We've got loggers installed in all the vehicles, so we really understand in detail how these vehicles use energy and how efficient they are. That gets sent back to our servers, we process it, and we upload live data to the public website, which you can find at bet.cenex.co.uk, and also all of the participants can see even more detailed information about their particular trucks.
It's great to see all the other companies who both make and operate vehicles working together collaboratively to make sure that the transport system and the energy system come together to enable us all to decarbonise our vehicles.
On to day 3, and today the team will make their way across Scotland before catching a ferry in Stranraer to end the day in Belfast. But not before a stop off at Glasgow, where Phil Moon spoke with Chris Griffiths, Chief Engineer at Leyland Trucks.
We've now reached Glasgow, and we're actually at First Bus Glasgow. Chris is the lead engineer, the chief engineer at Leyland Trucks, and he oversees the team that are responsible for the design of the LF, including the LF Electric, of course. Now, Chris, you've driven the truck across from Edinburgh, and you're going to head down with us to Cairn Ryan before we put the truck on the ferry to Belfast. How's the drive been so far?
Oh, beautiful. The traffic's fine, the vehicle's fine. The weather's perfect for us. I love driving this truck. It's so easy to drive, really is.
Obviously this is a 19-tonne, fairly long wheelbase vehicle, I think 5.3 metre wheelbase. We've now got shorter wheelbases, and we've also come down the weight range, is that right?
Yeah, we're expanding that range in all directions, so you will, of course, electric vehicles lends itself to the urban environment, so there will be applications where you want a shorter wheelbase. That's coming along, depending on what vehicle, what operation you need, we'll have an electric vehicle for you.
From Glasgow, the EV Rally and DAF Trucks Electric LF continues to Kilmarnock, before making it to Stranraer to catch the ferry to Belfast for the conclusion of day 3. While a more sedate day in terms of distance covered, day 4 had a strong argument for being the most scenic day of the entire EV Rally, taking in landmarks and areas of outstanding beauty, many recognisable to Game of Thrones fans, including Clough Hills, Ballantoy Pike, Giant's Causeway, Ballamony and Loch Ney, before finishing up this penultimate day in Nuri. And so we come to day 5, with the finish line in sight, as the DAF LF Electric successfully navigated its way from Nuri down through the checkpoints of the day, starting with Mount Lucas Wind Farm, highlighting the importance of a transition not just to electricity, but green electricity. And from there, it was on to Mondello Park.
Welcome to Mondello Park, Ireland's only international motorsport venue. Shortly you'll be hearing from Sean Murtagh, who's from the Fleet Transport magazine, formerly a truck driver who's been carrying out the previous leg of this journey. So really interested to hear Sean's feedback on how the vehicle has performed.
Well, the DAF LF, as a diesel truck, it's an excellent product, but when you bring the electric aspect to it, it's very silent, very quiet, and the whole electric motor, it gives a whole new experience to driving, something that most truck drivers might not normally experience. It's almost like driving a Formula 1 car.
With the finishing line in sight, the final stop of the day was Poulafuca Lake, before triumphantly crossing the finish line at Harris Group in Dublin. An incredible team effort from all involved. So, let's hand over to the DAF team for some final words and reactions.
what a fantastic week it's been, starting in Cardiff through to London, up to Edinburgh, across to Belfast and down to Dublin, over 1,200 miles, and the DAF LF has been fantastic.
And vehicles like this show that we can be carbon neutral and we can help to reduce our carbon footprint going forwards into the future.
A big shout out to all those who've helped us along the way, behind the scenes and of course behind the wheel of that fantastic LF, which to be honest has not missed a beat. Thanks for following us, it's been a really great event, a real success, and over and out from here in Dublin.